Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Echo Pod. I'm Lily, and I'm super excited to be here with you all today.
And I'm Kevin. It's great to be back, Lily. We've had some really fascinating discussions recently, from our daily routines to our favorite books. Today, we're going to talk about someone incredibly special in our lives, someone who supports us and makes life brighter.
That's right, Kevin. Today, we're going to share stories about our best friends. This is such a wonderful topic for English learners because it allows you to practice describing people's personalities, talking about shared experiences in the past, and expressing the deep emotions that come with true friendship. Plus, it's a chance to celebrate the amazing people in our lives.
Absolutely. Best friends are often like family, and being able to articulate why they're so important to us is a valuable skill. And before we introduce our special people, we have a quick request for all of you wonderful listeners out there.
Yes, please. If you enjoy our podcast and find it helpful for your English learning, please take a moment to subscribe to English Echo Pod. It helps us a lot. And don't forget to share this episode with your friends who are also learning English. Sharing helps us reach more people and grow our community.
And of course, give us a big like. It really helps us know that you're enjoying what we do. So, subscribe, share, and like. Thank you so much.
All right, Kevin, let's start with you today. Who is your best friend, and how did you two meet?
That's a lovely question, Lily. My best friend is a guy named Mark. We actually met back in high school, during our first year. It wasn't an instant friendship, though. We were both pretty quiet back then. We were assigned to the same group for a science project, and we just clicked while working on it. We discovered we had a very similar sense of humor and a shared passion for old video games.
Oh, so it was a slow burn, a friendship that developed over time. That's often how the deepest connections form, isn't it? What makes Mark your best friend? What are some of his qualities or personality traits that you admire most?
Definitely. Mark is incredibly loyal and dependable. If I ever need help, he's the first person I can count on. He's also very patient, which is a quality I really admire because I can be quite impatient sometimes. He's a fantastic listener. He'll let me talk for hours without interrupting, and he always offers thoughtful advice, even if it's not what I want to hear. He's also got a very dry, witty sense of humor that always makes me laugh, even in tough situations. He can lighten the mood instantly.
Loyalty, patience, and a great sense of humor. Those are fantastic qualities in a best friend. Can you recall any specific memories or shared experiences that really solidified your bond with Mark?
So many memories, but one that comes to mind is from our college days. We were both struggling with our final exams, feeling totally overwhelmed. I remember one late night, we were both studying in the library, completely exhausted. I was about to give up, but Mark just looked at me and said, "Come on, let's just get through this together. We'll order pizza and push through." He stayed with me all night, reviewing notes, quizzing each other, and just keeping each other's spirits up. We both passed our exams, and that night really showed me how dedicated and supportive he truly is. It wasn't just about studying, it was about shared struggle and perseverance.
That's a powerful memory. Those moments of shared struggle truly strengthen a friendship. What kind of activities do you usually do together now? Has your friendship changed much since high school?
Our activities have definitely evolved. In high school, it was mostly about video games and going to the movies. Now, we still enjoy gaming, but we also love to explore new restaurants together, especially trying different international cuisines. We often go for long walks in the park, just talking about life, work, and everything in between. We also have a regular movie night once a week at one of our places. The friendship itself hasn't changed in its core. The loyalty and understanding are still there, but it's matured. We've seen each other through different life stages, careers, and challenges. We've supported each other through ups and downs, which makes the bond even stronger.
That sounds like a wonderful, evolving friendship. It's so valuable to have someone who knows your history and grows with you. What's one thing Mark has taught you, or something you've learned from him?
Mark has taught me a lot about patience and taking things slow. I tend to rush into things, but he always encourages me to pause, think things through, and consider all angles. He's also shown me the importance of being genuinely supportive without judgment. He doesn't always agree with my choices, but he always respects them and stands by me. His calm demeanor has definitely influenced me to be a bit more thoughtful. He's shown me that true strength often lies in quiet resilience.
That's a fantastic lesson to learn from a friend. Having someone who balances you out is so important. What's one of the funniest or most memorable moments you've shared with Mark?
Oh, there are so many. One time, we decided to try cooking a very complicated Korean dish from scratch. Neither of us were great cooks back then, and we completely misunderstood one of the steps. We ended up with this giant, sticky, unidentifiable mess that we just couldn't eat. We tried to salvage it for about an hour, laughing hysterically the whole time, our faces covered in flour and sauce. We finally gave up and just ordered pizza, but the memory of that disastrous cooking attempt still makes us burst out laughing whenever we talk about it. It was a perfect example of how even failures can create great memories when you're with the right person.
That sounds like a classic best friend story. It's those imperfect moments that often become the most cherished. Thanks for sharing, Kevin. Now, it's my turn. Are you ready to hear about my best friend?
I am so ready, Lily. Knowing you, your best friend must be as vibrant and adventurous as you are. So, who is your best friend? And how did your friendship begin?
You're absolutely right, Kevin. My best friend is Chloe. We actually met during our first year of university. We were assigned as roommates in the dorms, and we were total strangers at first. I was a bit nervous about living with someone new, but from the moment we introduced ourselves, we just clicked. We spent that entire first week exploring the campus, sharing our dreams, and discovering how much we had in common. It felt like we had known each other forever, even though it was just a few days.
That's a beautiful way to start a friendship, right from being roommates. What makes Chloe your best friend? What are her most striking qualities or personality traits?
Chloe is incredibly optimistic and adventurous. She always sees the bright side of things, even when faced with challenges, which is something I deeply admire. She's also very spontaneous. She's the kind of friend who will call you up and say, "Let's go on a road trip this weekend." And you just say yes, because you know it'll be an amazing time. She's fiercely supportive and encouraging, always pushing me to try new things and believe in myself. She's also genuinely kind and has a fantastic, infectious laugh that can brighten anyone's day.
Optimistic, adventurous, and supportive, a perfect match for you, Lily. Can you tell us about any key moments or adventures that really cemented your friendship with Chloe?
Oh, we have so many adventures together. One of the most memorable was when we decided to backpack across Southeast Asia after we graduated from university. It was our first big trip abroad together, and we faced all sorts of challenges: missed trains, language barriers, unexpected changes in plans. But through it all, we laughed, problem-solved together, and supported each other. There was one time we got completely lost in a bustling market in Vietnam, and we just looked at each other, burst out laughing, and navigated our way out. That trip really showed me how resilient and understanding Chloe is, and it definitely solidified our bond in a way that daily life couldn't.
That sounds like an incredible, character-building trip. So, what kind of activities do you typically enjoy doing together now?
Our shared activities are still largely centered around adventure and trying new things, just like our podcast topic. We love hiking new trails, exploring different cities, trying out new restaurants, or even just discovering a new coffee shop. We also love to cook new recipes together, often inspired by our travels. We have a tradition of having adventure planning sessions over coffee, where we brainstorm our next big or small escapade. Even if it's just a quiet evening, we always find something fun to do, whether it's playing board games or just chatting for hours.
That's wonderful. A friendship built on shared experiences and a thirst for novelty. What's one important thing Chloe has taught you or something you've learned from her?
Chloe has taught me so much about embracing spontaneity and not being afraid to fail. I used to be very structured and plan everything, but she's shown me the beauty of just going with the flow and saying yes to unexpected opportunities. She's also taught me a lot about resilience. No matter what setback she faces, she always bounces back with a positive attitude, and that's incredibly inspiring. She's truly shown me how to find joy in the journey, not just the destination. She's taught me to live more fully in the present moment and to appreciate the small, everyday wonders.
That's such a valuable lesson. It sounds like she brings out a wonderfully adventurous side in you. What's one of the funniest or most memorable moments you've shared with Chloe?
Oh, there are so many. One time, we were on a hiking trip and we decided to try wild camping for the first time. We were so excited, but we completely forgot to pack a proper tent light. So, when it got dark, we had to rely on our phone flashlights. We spent the whole night telling ghost stories using the phone light under our chins, making shadows on the tent walls, and then scaring ourselves silly. Every little rustle outside sounded like a monster. We didn't get much sleep because we were either terrified or laughing too hard. In the morning, we realized the monsters were just a few curious squirrels. We still laugh about how silly and scared we were. It was an unforgettable night of bonding.
Squirrel monsters. That's hilarious, Lily. Those moments of shared silliness really create lasting memories. It sounds like you two have an incredible bond filled with laughter and adventure.
It's really interesting, Kevin, how our best friends, Mark and Chloe, despite their different personalities and how we met them, share core qualities that make them so special.
Absolutely, Lily. While Mark is more of a calm, steady presence, and Chloe is more adventurous and spontaneous, both of them embody traits like loyalty, support, and genuine care. These are the foundations of any strong friendship, aren't they?
I agree. My friendship with Chloe thrives on shared adventures and pushing boundaries, while your friendship with Mark seems to be built on a foundation of shared understanding and consistent support through life's ups and downs. One is maybe more about the thrill of discovery, the other about the comfort of familiarity.
That's a good way to differentiate them. But what unites them is the feeling of unconditional acceptance. You can be completely yourself around a best friend, without judgment. They see your flaws and your strengths, and they still choose to stand by you. That's incredibly liberating.
So true. And the ability to make each other laugh, even when things are tough, is crucial. Both of our friends seem to possess that ability to bring joy and perspective to difficult situations, whether it's through witty humor or shared silliness. Laughter really is the best medicine, especially with a best friend.
Laughter and shared experiences. Those inside jokes, the knowing glances, those are the small, unique threads that weave a rich tapestry of friendship. And the feeling that you can always count on them, no matter what, is priceless. It's about knowing you have a safe space, a true confidant.
And they both teach us something valuable about ourselves or about life. Mark taught you patience and perspective, while Chloe taught me spontaneity and resilience. Best friends often bring out the best in us or help us grow in ways we might not expect. They are catalysts for personal development.
Yes, they challenge us, support us, and celebrate with us. A best friend is truly a gift, someone who makes the journey of life richer and more meaningful. It's also incredible how these friendships can evolve over the years, from high school escapades to adult responsibilities, but the core bond remains.
Absolutely. They are the people who have seen us at our best and our worst, and they still choose to be there. The history you share, the inside jokes, the unspoken understanding, that's what makes a best friend irreplaceable. It's a connection that transcends time and distance.
Well, It's been wonderful discussing our best friends and reflecting on what makes these relationships so incredibly special.
It certainly has. And that's it for today's episode of English Echo Pod. We hope you enjoyed hearing about our best friends and that it brought to mind your own cherished friendships.
And don't forget, if you like this episode, please subscribe to our channel, hit that like button, it helps us a lot, and share this podcast with your friends who are also learning English. Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll be back with another episode soon. Bye for now.
And we'd love to hear about your best friend. Please leave a comment below and tell us, who is your best friend and what makes them so special to you? Share a memorable moment you've had together. We can't wait to read your stories.
See you next time.